Hello and welcome to Shropshire Floats. This informative video will tell you how to set things up, how things happen, and basically there's two versions. The first is things you actually have to do. So this is the bit you should really listen to, and the rest of it is awareness of how it all works. So by the time I finish talking to you, you'll understand how the lid works. You'll know when the start and the end is. All of the questions go through your head about the float should be answered by the time I'm finished. Okay? So all you actually have to do when you arrive is shut the door, get undressed, have a shower. Quite simple. Turn off the shower, into the pod you go and you float face up. Don't be floating face down. You run out of bubbles. Not a good look to be coming into. You choose to bring the lid down if you want to, so it can stay up if you like. But at the end of the session, you'll have to lift it to get out. It does not open automatically. You get out, you have a shower, you get dressed, out you go. Simple as. Okay, so let's start. Our showers work very simple. They're off, they're cold, they're hot. Simple as. You can't adjust the pressure, the temperature doesn't fluctuate. But if you could, I'd like you to keep it at a point where you wish it was warmer. Too hot a shower, the pod will feel cold when you float. We use Faith in Nature products. Use as much as you like after you float, sparingly before, definitely no conditioner before. And if you just spend 2 or 3 minutes just getting rid of lotions, potions, oils, creams from your hair, your body, and your skin, so you're getting into the pod clean. Now, we recommend that during your float, you daydream if you can't meditate. The best way to daydream is create a box or container in your mind and fill it with stuff that makes you happy, smile, laugh, or giggle out loud. You should literally be coming out the float tank, rubbing your cheeks because you smile so much. It's been holidays, put the passports in, there's sombreros, outfits, and views, and postcards home. Anything at all you can think of makes your experience much better. Right, as you come to the end of your shower and you start thinking, do you know what, I'm nice and clean now and the pod looks interesting, my mind is ready. If you could, as you're turning it off, stall in the cold for 3 seconds. Give yourself a 3-second cold shower. And the official way of telling you is to suck it up. But what you're doing is chilling your skin. So the very first contact your cold toes has with the warm liquid, it's enough of a contrasting temperature change to literally go, oh, it's really nice, okay? It gets rid of most anxiety, the worries and fears that people have just by dipping your toe in. And to be honest, it makes me laugh when I hear it screams in reception. Right, so that done, make sure the shower's off, step over here, take the towel and dry just your hands and face. There's no point in drying the rest of your body because it's going to get wet. But any moisture left on your cheeks when you lie down is going to start trickling off. And by habit, you'll probably take your hand that's already been dipped in the liquid and start touching your face. Not a good idea. Earplugs, it's what most people forget to put in. You don't have to wear them if you don't want to. It's a great idea to do so. If you get in without them, don't go out to get them. Just rinse your ears out properly afterwards. And if in 2 or 3 days' time they're still a bit crunchy or crackly, like swimmer's ear, just equal parts of warm water, white vinegar tends to sort things out. And then Vaseline, your newest and bestest friend. Any open sores, cuts, wounds, cat scratches, insect bites, freshly picked spots, cover up. If you don't think you have any, we're all going to find out in a couple of minutes. All right. Right, so let me introduce you to this bag. This is the Epsom salts. You're going to be floating in 22 of these bags, 550 kilos. It's not actually water you float in, it's liquid salt. So it does behave slightly different to water. Now, sitting on a stool, a mattress, a bed, sofa, settee, whatever, your body gets you to roll, turn and move to get blood to place you've been compressing. But during your session, there'll probably be times you won't know if your hand is in liquid or in the air. You're fully supported with no pressure on any part of your body. So you won't be inclined to roll over. And if you did want to roll over, there's no pivot point for your elbows to do so. And that's why it's very, very safe to fall asleep. The thing is, first timers, you all tend to float a bit like this. You're a bit worried, a bit anxious, not quite sure what's going to happen. Your head becomes the heaviest part of your body, and with the short hinge, dropping back towards basically the natural position. So to help, we have halos. Okay, we have 2 of these, different sizes. But check this out. Try and put it behind your head. Don't be putting it on your head. You'll come out with a line across your forehead. We will take the piss out of you. Okay, lie down, take it away, put it back, do it a couple of times. You may need it as comfort at the start and not during, or vice versa. Purely for comfort. I still use it, you don't have to. So, in the pod, there are 2 hooks either side and a bottle of water. So if you do need to touch your face during your float, you take it off, you rinse your fingers, and you touch your face. If you get salt in the eyes, you can spray your face. Just watch the pressure. Too hard, you're home with whiplash, and too little, you might poke your eye out. When you go to hang it back on, however, it's going to fall off. So if you could, just hang it back on and roll the point a bit upwards, and it will stay on. Okay? Right, that's all the serious bit done. This is where the fun starts. So, as you've been showering, this has been filling away. It only fills that much. And when it's full, the lights start changing colors, music plays in the background, and over 5 minutes, light and sound will go down to nothing. Okay? For the first 30 seconds or so, if you could, put your non-dominant hand across your chest, so if you do need to touch your face or eyes, you've got an opportunity to do so without getting salt in them. Okay? What you'll begin to notice as you swish and swirl around, okay, just create a starfish, have a bit of fun. Okay? You'll notice that every movement you're making with your fingers, nose, and elbows and through your hair, lights will be reflected above you and turned into a kaleidoscope. Very trippy and very cool. Think of the Northern Lights. Not as good, but at least you get to see ours. So then what I want you to do is do a few swishes and do a few swirls. Exaggerate them if you have to, but the shape of the pod means they might come back at you, so calm it down a bit if it starts getting a bit too vigorous, okay? What you'll begin to notice is your body's beginning to find certain positions are getting very comfortable to be in. Now it takes, as a first timer, about half an hour to find a brilliant flow position. You'll find a grand one, but they just get better and better and better. So swishing and swirling around and moving your body into those different positions gives you an opportunity to find that position. Now I float, cross-legged, hands on tummy. It's comfortable for me and it works, okay? Now in the background, it's getting darker and it's getting quieter, so try and keep your eyes open if you can, because if you don't, next time you do open them, it'll be so dark you won't know if they're open or closed anyway. It does catch people unawares, so keep the control and enjoy the light show. Okay? Now during the session you lose track of time. You won't have a clue how long you've been in there for at all. 2 minutes will feel like 60, 60 feel like 1, and 1 feel like 40. So instead of worrying about the times, go back to your happy place, trust the system, because at the end of the session, automatically, lights come on. Ocean sounds will play in the background and welcome you calmly and gently awake. So you're not going to miss it, misunderstand it, you're going to know it's the end. But to give you more reassurance, if you're actually floating, you're in session. If you're lying there on the bottom, there's no liquid, yeah, should have got out, okay? But the lights do come on, you've got another 5 or 6 minutes left. You saw the light sequence go down, in reverse they'll come back on again. So just enjoy it. But when you are ready to get out, if you wouldn't mind, when you do stand up, try and take as much of the liquid off yourself as possible, leaving the salt water in there as opposed to all over the floor. Rubbish in your plugs into the bin. If you'd be so kind as to hang the halo back on the side back where you shower. And shower for England. There'll be salt in places you can't imagine. Enjoy it. Have a proper one. Okay? So, the door. What you expect is a button that looks like this back here on the shelf. Press and hold it for 2 seconds. That's not 2 seconds. That's 2 seconds. Oh, wait. Okay? So that bit has to be done mechanically. You can't push from the back. And when it stops, the room lights, as you saw, just go off. So it's a lot easier to be able to demonstrate the door with this bag of salt out of the way. So to recap, from the back to here is mechanical. You can't pull or push it. It has to go through the sequence. But from here, it's free. You can bring down part of the way. You can close it the whole way. You can close it part of the way. Opening and closing the lid has nothing to do with the length of your session. All systems coming together for the experience. But if it's open, you're going to be cooler. The air temperature tends to be about 25 to 28 degrees. The liquid temperature is 36, 37 degrees. So at times you may be lapping the liquid over your body to stabilize the temperature if it's open. Okay? But with it closed, if you have a look, it's not a complete seal. For obvious reasons, we do need a bit of fresh air to be getting in there. It's called passive ventilation. In Ireland, we call it a draft. Okay? It's not actually a windy draft there. It's like sitting beside a cool radiator. As you drift towards the open door, you'll feel it on your side because you won't be able to see. Because our shorter clients, there's a chance you can actually rotate during your session as well. It won't be like a windy draft. It'll be like sitting alongside a cool radiator. So as you drift towards that coolness, you'll feel it, so you know where you are. To get out, it's quite easy. Single finger, we'll lift up, and that's it. Simple as. Now you can stop it. You can stop the door at any point, but now we're in that middle section, okay, where mechanically you can't do anything. You just have to press the button again. So press and hold it for 2 seconds. That's it. Simple as. When it's finished, let me show you. Just to allay any fears, it's on a hinge. You can't be trapped in there anyway. Okay? That's it. Hope you enjoy your float.